and welcome back to Ordo Scriptorium, a actual play podcast where our characters don the personas of these authors, supernatural investigators that hunt down beast creatures from beyond the curtain. They're powered by the blood that has infused them from previous authors, such as Edgar Allan Poe, Mary Shelley, H.G. Wells, and Elliot, what was yours again?
Lovecraft.
There you go.
And
no take three. Keep going.
Yeah, no take three. Keep going.
Push through
this one.
Brute force this shit.
Already having some creative, interesting endeavors here. But we'll get through this show no matter what it takes. To recap last game for everybody, our characters all met up at the library, which is where the Ordo Scriptorium keeps not only the secret documents of the other side, but also the blood of authors have infused them with power. They had a number of interesting conversations, but ultimately were given their next assignments, which took them to Los Angeles. Thaddeus, Preston, Howlett, Thaddeus Howlett.
It's alright, everybody.
He's a very hard to pronounce name.
Is he having a stroke? I don't know.
His name is about as pretentious as that character happens to be. Decided to use the
Howlett.
Preston Thaddeus Howlett used the Howlett family jet to transport everybody to the next location, which was Hollywood. They are hunting a stalker that's actually potentially has brought one of the authors into the fold. The first stalker encountered by Elliot Craig. This stalker, it seems to be in the guise of a vehicle. They have discovered in the last game that vehicle was most likely possessed by a demon. They traveled to a Hollywood studio where that vehicle also had run over a producer, supposedly while a young starlet, was behind the wheel. They're there at that location now, but before we jump into it, let me go ahead and introduce our fantastic cast. We have Elliot Craig, being played by Neil.
Boy.
Bonnie Carlton, being played by Kayla.
Hi.
Preston Howlett.
Thaddeus Howlett, being played by Zachariah from Old Man Gaming. What's up, everybody?
And then finally, Rex Johnson, being played by Corey.
I'm not nearly as pretentious.
No.
Alright, we got through the dreaded intro, which is not my strong suit. Are you guys ready to jump into this session?
Yes.
Okay, like I said, we last game left off at this Hollywood, sort of small, up-and-coming Hollywood movie lot. You guys had broken into the producer's office, looked around, and found papers were scattered everywhere. It was a mess. It was obviously a crime scene there before. Out in front, you had located a series of streak marks made by a vehicle doing donuts, supposedly, but identified that as being something of a summoning circle or a demonic circle of some kind. You decided to move into the building, do a little bit more investigation. You found a bunch of posters on the walls of movies that this producer had made. All of them seemed to be high-speed action sort of oriented vehicles. A lot of them depicted a vehicle very similar to the one that Elliot is unfortunately very, very familiar with. A Porsche 550 Spider. This was the vehicle that nearly killed, through very supernatural circumstances, Elliot. You investigated through the desks a little bit. I believe you found a bill of sale for a Porsche 550 Spider. and that bill of sale was indicating that this vehicle was sold at a ridiculously low price for something this fancy,
Yeah.
and from a very weird location. The bill of sale seemed to be sold from a business called
El Camino,
El Camino?
Sombras.
and that, I believe, is where we left off. Am I missing anybody, players? Anything?
I gave
That
Bonnie a
sounds pretty,
poem. She hasn't read it.
yeah, that happened too.
Other than that, I don't think you missed anything else.
Okay.
No, that was
Well,
a good game.
then why don't we jump into it? You guys are all standing in this office of this recently deceased producer. There are papers everywhere. You're on the studio lot. What do you do now?
I'm just gonna walk out and be like, I do believe we've tapped this location. However, I may have a secondary location that requires our investigative skills.
Do they have any of that fancy alcohol stuff that you got in this place? Does this place have that stuff too?
No, it's a dealership. Or are you speaking of this place?
No, this office. Definitely this office. And like before you even have a chance to respond, he just starts rifling through cabinets.
Elliot, I don't mean to get in your business, but are you sure you want to be clouded of mind when you face this creature?
He whips around and is like, "No, I think I'm fine." Like fully referring to the fact that he just downed all of the liquor and all of the land on the flight over and is completely unfazed.
Stomach of iron this guy has. All right, go ahead and roll an awareness perception.
That's not gonna do anything. That's an 8.
Okay, yeah. You're going through all of these cabinets, and you're finding that they are filled with sort of head sheets. You know, the headshots and sheets for various starlets and stars are up and coming, or at least they want to be. But you do not find any alcohol.
I'm gonna pull out a
yeah.
bottle of brandy and give him a sip.
Elliot, you're kind of looking at the wrong place. Don't you think the nice liquor would be like in a kind of a head honcho's office, not just some random cabinets?
There's no need to go there, friend.
Right.
No need to go there. I'm gonna pull out my bottle of brandy that I have on my equipment log at all times. Be like, Elliot, take a swig of this if you need to take the edge off.
100% does. Tie it to a string on a stick and just kind of like guide him along.
Okay, so I suppose Elliot takes a swig.
Oh yeah, 100% he does.
All right. Have you worked off any of the alcohol quite yet? I can't remember from last session.
I don't think I have.
Okay,
I remember I rolled exceptionally well to
tank it.
to tank it.
That's what I thought. Okay. All right.
Then we took
Well,
a
I'll
limo
be-
here, and then we had the conversation. He did do the investigation outside, but other than that,
Yeah. All right. Taking a little bit of a note of your alcohol consumption at the moment.
I'll do it like I do on all of my tabletop gaming sheets. I will mark it in tallies of alcohols.
That's a good way of doing it. How many bottles have I drank today?
So far, I have alcoholed twice.
Nice. All right.
the verb, alcohol, the verb.
It's what you do.
This game is also about dealing with our various degrees of alcoholism. Does anybody else want to do anything while standing in this office?
I'm kind of eager to get to the next spot, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just walk out.
All right. Then I'll say that you guys all walk out.
Head back to the limo.
Start heading back to the limo. As you do so, you find yourselves walking towards the guardhouse. The limo's just beyond it. And there's a police car situated near the limo. A police officer is talking to the guard that you left at the guard station. This is what you see as you walk through the parking lot.
I arrange myself because I believe this is going to need some talking. So I will step out front as the resident talker.
Before we get there, hey, Preston.
Yes.
Dead family?
Jesus. Jesus.
I don't know
It's
if
a
that's the
game
play here.
plan now. It's just like, let's get the story straight before we talk to the cops.
I don't know
They're
if that's
professionals.
I don't know if that's the play here. Let's let me feel it out. But if it is, just follow my lead.
All right, just give me a wink, just like...
Oh, I'll give you 2 wings. He just keeps walking like a weirdo.
What does that even mean?
Exactly.
Just gonna blink? What?
He's an enigma.
Blink slightly out of sync, left eye, then right eye.
As we're approaching the guardhouse, I'm going to look back at the 3 of them and go, don't acknowledge the police officer. Just keep walking to the limo as if you own the place. I know that's hard for everybody, but just try. Just pretend that you have as much money as me and all of this is yours.
I'm gonna do exactly as he says.
Yeah.
No.
Do it,
Why
baby.
would you plant that in my head? Oh no. I have to play to the character.
I don't know what the character is, Neil.
You're
Can't
gonna
help you
find
on this.
out. You're gonna find out.
Okay. So, just so I understand the scenario properly, I believe Preston's walking out ahead of everybody, or
Yes, but I'm going to walk kind of... The way I want to do it is I'm walking out ahead of somebody, but I'm walking slightly cockeyed, so I'm close. So I'm the first person that the cop will talk to, and I want them to just keep on walking to the limo as if they own the place and the cop is beneath them, basically. Because we're all rich here. That's the whole point. We're all rich here, and we were supposed to be here because we're rich and we're supposed to be here. Like, that's what I want them to do.
Okay.
I'm
Is
assuming
everybody-
Elliot isn't going to do that, but that is what I have asked them to do.
I am going to remain silent unless addressed. That is what's going to happen.
Can I roll charisma performance?
I was just going to call for everybody that's planning on doing this. Roll charisma performance.
Oh, great. Well,
That's exactly what I was going to call for.
That's a 24
Oh.
with a natural 20.
Take a
Even though that means
momentum.
nothing.
Take a momentum.
Yep,
You definitely
take a
beat it by
momentum.
5. I don't know what the difficulty was. What was the difficulty?
Oh, the difficulty would have been 15.
Do I need to roll the charisma performance?
Yeah, I don't believe you're acting.
you're not acting, no.
The performance wouldn't fit here. You're actually that rich and
He
pretentious.
really believes it.
Yes. Yes.
All my time around Preston has paid off. I know how to walk pretentiously.
I just got a 50.
Best friends. Best
Best
friends.
friends.
4.
Oh no.
Okay.
Bonnie's sweating. She just got sweat pouring down her face. Woman's like,
You're looking shifty-eyed. You're looking back and forth between these 2 guys that you're walking next to, looking at the cop. You're trying not to look at the cop. You're trying not to look at the cop so hard. You're just not not
just
looking
staring at him, like staring at his feet the whole time.
With a 24, if I notice she's looking that uncomfortable, can I do like the rich person, like throw the arm around, laugh, like having a good time, jovialness?
So, I will say that will require a
It would
you're
require
very-
Bonnie not to
your
shoot
performance.
you.
But it's also like an awareness perception thing. So go ahead and just roll an awareness perception thing. It's going to be another 15 because you're kind of doing 2 things at once and it's getting a little extra.
That's a 19.
All right, so I'll say
What was
that
the
that's going to help
difficulty?
your scenario. You sort of do look at the corner of the eye how like panicked Bonnie is. You throw an arm around her. Preston, you guys are all walking up. You're a little bit ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The cop, the police officer, looks up from the guard and directly at you. You have a moment before
I
he
smile
says
at him.
anything.
Like I'm just supposed to be here. I actually nod to him like I'm not even gonna address him because whatever he's dealing with is beneath me. I just like nod to him and keep walking towards the limo.
Oh, excuse me there, sir.
Ooh, all right, Irish. All right, I don't say that in character. He stops. He stops.
Definitely channeling the some of the classic
Yeah,
flicks in this one.
Yeah.
What might you be doing in the restricted lot here?
I stop and I go, "Oh, are you talking to me, officer?"
Well, I suppose I'd be talking to the lot of you. You see, nobody's supposed to be in there, and you're the only ones I see in there.
Oh, don't worry about it. They're all my staff. I speak for all of them. And I'm Preston Thaddeus Howlett of the Howlett dynasty. It is a pleasure to meet you, an upstanding, law-abiding enforcer.
Oh, and quite a pleasure to meet you as well, Sir Howlett Preston. You said it was?
Preston Thaddeus Howlett. You may call me Mr. Howlett.
Oh, yeah, of course, sir, of course. Well, you see, Mr. Howlett, we don't, here in this city, we take certain things very seriously, don't you? And one of those things happens to be the law. And I don't quite recognize the name as one of the most prestigious in this particular side of town.
Oh.
You're not a Bogart? You're not connected to any of the big the producers here. In fact, the only producer in this area happened to have died. It's not too long ago.
Yes, it was
Right
very unfortunate what I heard, but you know, death presents all sorts of opportunities for people with the means. I was just touring the studio. If it comes on the market, the Howletts may be interested. You know, putting some money in a studio with such grand resume as, and then I quote all the movie posters that I saw in the thing.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of these movies. All the great car action. And I would love to get into the movie business. We came out here specifically to meet this producer. I had talked to him many times on the phone. Unfortunately, his demise happened, and it's just a terrible thing. But I am not one to cancel a trip. You know, airfare nowadays. So we came out just to survey the lot. Maybe we can help this lot in its time of need.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a manipulation charisma check, and this one's going to be contested.
A manipulation charisma check, you say?
Manipulation. Yeah, manipulation charisma.
I'm totally okay with that. My voice is wonderful with manipulation charisma.
That's true. This is.
I need to make sure that I have all the things that I know that I have. I do. Okay. Well, I'm spending a luck point on that one.
Fight a cop. Fight a cop.
He already fought a cop.
That did already happen.
You can't just fight a cop in every town we go to.
That's
But there can be a dead family in every town we go to.
Every Ordo hunt, Preston has to slap a police officer somewhere. That's actually pretty low for him. 19.
Cool. All right. So, you do roll higher.
Oh, wait a second. I'm gonna use a Fortuna. Not a Fortuna. Is it Fortuna?
Are you trying to switch?
Yeah, Fortuna. I'm going to use one of my 2s. I'm going to give him a roll of a 2.
Okay.
But we just said.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just going to think about... I'm just going to think about, what he was going to say, and then just kind of, like, readjust my talking based on it. Because it's kind of like a see the future type thing.
Yeah.
Are you that so Raven?
Okay, all right, yeah. So you've definitely manipulated him. You've kind of you used your Futuna. You've sort of outmaneuvered him in this conversation a bit. With that too that you just gave him. And so he sort of looks at you.
Oh, you gain a darkness point. You gain a darkness point.
Right to do.
Sorry about that.
So he kind of looks at you, and he sort of squints, looks you up and down, and says, "Well, I suppose if you're planning on investing in this city, who am I to get in the way? But just be aware that this lot is still an active investigation zone. If you happen to have corrupted the crime scene, we may have a hard time finding out whatever really happened."
That would be an absolute shame. And I will tell you right now, if you ever hit a dead end in this case, please contact me and we will potentially come up with some funds to possibly aid you. I want nothing more than this killer to be brought to justice. It is a sad travesty that this man was cut down in his prime by some irresponsible hit-and-run driver. I am fully behind you and the law 100%.
Okay, well, that's very good to know, laddie. Why don't you tell me where you're staying while you're in town?
Had we figured out the hotel room yet?
I
know we came just here.
That's someone off.
Yeah.
I love how everybody in unison is like, "You're an asshole," and you sent somebody off to do something. Okay,
that's right. You did send them to get like the nicest hotel in Hollywood.
All right,
basically.
I point at the limo because my character just would not remember, and I snap at the driver to come here. I just snap in the air at the windshield and do the come here motion.
The driver will, of course, come on over.
Driver, tell this good officer of the law exactly where we will be staying.
The driver will get out a notepad from his nice shiny little driver jacket, write down the drizzle, and hand it to the officer. This is the hotel. You'd be able to ask for us there for the Howlett Suite.
Indeed, the Howlett Suite. And then I look at him and go, "There you go, officer. Any other problems that I can assist you with, or shall me and my entourage be going?"
No, you can go on. Just be aware, if there is any corruption in the crime scene, we'll have to, address it and have a conversation with you. That way we can sort out what's the clue and what may have been brought in by you and your friends.
I clasp his shoulder like we are best friends now, and I just go, "Of course! Give me a call with any of that issue, and I will make sure to compensate any issues you may or may not find."
Wow, that was like this close to a bribe.
This close, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
Bribery is rampant.
It was, but it wasn't. I didn't make a bribe. That was not a bribe. I insinuated a potential future bribe, but I did not make a bribe.
Spoken like a true criminal.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
Good to know that.
He's rich. He's definitely a criminal.
Have you done this before?
Preston has.
Good to know. Now be on your merry way. I'll have a little bit more work here to do before I figure out what I need to do, or if you have to be involved anymore. Hopefully not.
What was the officer's name on the badge? I look at his badge because I'm guessing he's in dress blues.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you awareness. He's in his 1950s blues.
Yeah. The big buttons all the way down the side.
Exactly. His name is Officer O'Connor.
Thank you, Officer O'Connor. And might I just say, I respect what you do. And then I turn and look at the driver and go, come, let's go. Snap at him, and then go to the limo with them.
Okay. You do so without any issue. The officer is obviously sort of watching you guys as you get into the limo.
I give him one more salute right as I get into the car, like a slow, like
does a
2-finger,
tiny-
like ha ha, you the man. And then as soon as I like give that salute, smile, laugh at him, I get in the car and shut down and got fucking pigs get in the way of a real investigation. Good God. Good God.
You are
It's like he does not
lucky.
understand that I own him. Jesus.
You
All
are
right,
so
driver,
lucky that I
Drizzle.
made that I made that 15.
What were you gonna
Because-
do out of
Oh,
curiosity?
I was gonna say, man, is it fun being rich? I love being rich.
That would have been great. That would have been great.
It's sad that kind of makes sense for a rich person to say, though.
It does.
Honestly.
I'm not gonna lie. If you guys watch back all the podcasts, Preston has said it at least 14 times throughout the course of the show.
Yes.
He's pointed out how
That's his
awesome it is to be
reasoning
rich.
for doing things.
It's great.
I'm very rich.
Kind
I
of
have
his
so much
tagline.
money. It is. It really is. Like it would be his T-shirt. It would be like Preston Thaddeus Howlett. It's great being rich. That's just be it right there.
Yep, I'm making that into a T-shirt.
Oh man.
Okay, so do
If
you
only we could
tell the
get
driver to
Neil
take you to
Patrick
the
Harris to
Drizzle?
sign off on his likeness.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm telling, it's still the Skarsgård.
Hey, he's pretty too. I'll take it. As long as he's blonde and blue eyed, that's all. That's the character I had in my head.
That's like half of the Skarsgårds.
Right?
The one that played
Alright.
Pennywise was the one I was thinking.
Yeah, Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
He was in that movie where he kills everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Boy Kills World or something.
Boy Kills World. That's right.
Boy kills.
I want to see that so bad.
Right.
Yeah,
I haven't
and
seen that
his
one yet, either.
he can't talk. He just fights, and his inner monologue is played by the dude who voices Archer from the Archer series.
Oh.
Yeah, look up a trailer for it.
Interesting.
Boy Kills World. I want to see it so bad. I haven't
Interesting.
seen it yet. But we are way off track. We need to get
Yes.
back into this thing.
No, I don't know.
I'm gonna
We
write
know
this
we're in
ship.
Hollywood
Yeah.
and we're talking
I'm
about
gonna write
movies.
this ship before this becomes the Bill Skarsgård podcast.
Bringing it back.
Skarscast.
So Preston asked the driver to take them to the Drizzle, if I heard you right.
Yeah, that's what he said the hotel was, so he just assumes.
Yes. I just want to make sure that that's where you guys are headed. So he does drive off immediately. You guys
What
are in
time of day
Hollywood.
is it at this point? I think it was like afternoon when we got there, so like...
Yeah, it's late afternoon. You're probably looking around 5-ish.
Okay. Alright.
So yeah, you guys drive
Preston's
to the
getting
Drizzle.
itchy.
Does not take you very long, as it is a very fancy hotel in downtown LA, just outside of Hollywood.
Preston gets like a sad face because like he's in LA at night at the finest hotel and he knows he can't get like ripped out of his fucking mind. And it's like such a waste. It's just like, oh my god. Oh, I could tear this down to shreds. But he can't do it. So he's got like a little bit of a sadness on his face.
Does anybody else? I would imagine everybody would at least pick up on Howlett's mood in case anybody wanted to say anything.
I'd be too
before
busy inner monologuing about how dirty cities are and like all the crime and stuff.
Howlett. Very gumshoe of you.
Yeah.
Well, then you guys pull up to the Drizzle. Get Out is a beautiful hotel. It's very much that classic Art Deco vibe that's moved forward into the 50s. So it's been here for a while. You enter without any issue, any fuss. Somebody comes right up to Preston and immediately snaps to and says, "Sir, I believe we've been waiting for you. Your suite has been prepared."
Splendid question out of game because I think Preston would know this. The suite, and I know there are some like penthouse suites for hotels that have like multiple bedrooms and shit like that. Is it a place where we can all stay, or do I have to make sure that they have rooms?
You gave direction to your assistant or whoever that person was, to
Airport concierge.
Yeah, your airport count, that's right.
Rich servant number 3.
Exactly.
3.
You gave that
Person who
person
doesn't get
direction
paid
to
enough.
get the nicest room.
Okay.
So you do have the nicest suite. It is the penthouse suite, and you all do have rooms within a penthouse suite.
Yes. I get to just be rich around you guys. I couldn't do that in the first session. Like, I could say I was rich, but I couldn't be rich. Yeah, right? I get to treat my friends. It'll be wonderful. Preston's like, wonderful. I can't wait. He looks at the guy and goes, round up your bellboys if they want good tips. Get every one of these people's packages. Get every... Fuck, I'm having a stroke over here. Get every one of these people's luggages up to our suite ASAP.
Yes, sir. And he just hops to. It's this young kid, probably his first job. It's 1950, so he's working way too young. Runs out to the car, starts loading up the packages, putting it on a bellhop roller.
Can you touch my suitcase? I want to grab it.
Rex,
Okay.
Rex, you don't understand. They
No,
do
they ain't
stuff
touching
for
my
us.
stuff. Hey, where are we at with Audrey Hepburn? Where's she at, huh?
The
Rex.
kid is like looking at you with like a white, like pale face. All the blood is drained from his face. His eyes are saucers.
I look at the bellhop and go,
kid, you're
if
fine.
he wants to
you don't
carry
gotta
his
worry,
own
I'm not
luggage, he's fine. It's okay.
It's one suitcase, Preston. I don't need a bellhop.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And he
Preston
goes back to
shakes
work.
his head like, it's not about needing it, Rex. It's about having it. And then I look at another one of the bellhops just running around and go, hold on one second. And then I point at Elliot. What's your liquor of choice, Elliot? And I know he's asked this before and got no good answer, but he's going to ask again.
His answer is just gonna be yes, and like turns to one of the bellhops. At this point, between the alcohols that he has consumed and just being surrounded by like the good life, he thinks he belongs here now and is gonna pretend and not at all whatsoever know what he's talking about. Say, you sir, buddy, boy, kid, can you just put my stuff over there? And he like rummages around in his pockets and pulls out like a nickel and thinks that that's like enough.
I step in, I hand the bellboy way more money than that, and I go, your finest brandy, and then have it sent to the room for my friend. And then I turn back to Elliot and go, not bad for your first outing. Your form needs a little work.
Okay.
We'll get it together. But I must say, I'm definitely going to remember your name after this. And then I turn and I start walking to the elevator with my friends.
There you go.
Is the bellhop that I scared around?
He's taking the service elevator up because he's just
all right.
bellhop.
They don't
meet him
ride
up
with
there.
us.
No, is he like in the lobby or something doing his job?
Yeah, they're running around doing a lot of their jobs for us.
I'll see him upstairs. That's fine.
Yeah. When you get upstairs, you make it to the room. The bellhop will be just right behind you, bringing your luggage in.
I just want to take $1 out and like put it in his breast pocket.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah, sorry about scaring you. I just protective my own stuff, you know.
Yeah, of course, sir. Of course. He doesn't make eye contact.
I will catch that bellhop, give him way more than $1, and go, sorry, they're not used to the good life. And then
Listen, it was more than what Elliot gave him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it wasn't, but nobody who comes to my penthouse suite
I
is
have
going to
a
tip less than
family
a
to
50,
support.
bro. Like, it's just not going to happen. I'm Preston Thaddeus Howlett. I'm the Howlett of Howletts. Yeah, I can't let you make me look like shit. I'm sorry.
Making me look like I'm broke.
Can I go now?
Yeah, of course. Wait, did you do everything you were supposed to do?
Slinks out of there.
Gone.
So awkward. You guys are now in a luxury suite. You guys all have a room connected to a joint sort of living room area. There's a little kitchenette, which is really just a bar. There's a large patio area looking out over the city. It is very schwank 1950s modern. What do you guys do now?
Oh, we go into the fucking penthouse. I walk in like I'm in a John Woo movie and there's doves behind me. Like both doors swing open and I go, "My friends, welcome to the good life and how the other half live. Enjoy yourselves." And then like just coming in like I am treating them to the best experience of their lives, regardless of whether they actually care or not. Just like he's just gonna walk in like, "Ha ha!"
Which Bonnie does not.
I am sure she doesn't. I'm positive she doesn't.
What is Bonnie doing?
She's immediately trying to go through the books that have taken up her luggage to see if she has anything that she can start reading up about, because she knows she's there for a job.
I know.
Okay.
I got us in there, man. Come on now.
You have ample
Work hard,
space
play
to-
hard, Bonnie. Work hard, play hard.
I think it's like work hard, play none with Bonnie.
It's fair. It's fair.
Are you gonna take that, Bonnie?
She's gonna take it
Valid.
as true.
I will accept this statement as truth.
I'm
I'm the only one not liquored up in this group, so somebody has
I
to
worked
do
it
it.
off a little bit.
Hey!
Preston's
not drunk. Preston's not
It's the
drunk.
pain pills that are still going through my system. Not pain pills, but
Preston
whatever it is.
drank a little bit on the plane, but I survived my endurance check. I am all right.
I am accepting another alcohols.
Yeah, Elliot's the drunk one, for obvious
I am at
reasons.
3 alcohols.
There is the bourbon is of course in the suite in the kitchenette.
Alcoholed.
It's bourbon?
Didn't you ask for bourbon?
I asked for brandy. If it's bourbon,
Brandy.
heads will roll.
Nope.
Okay.
It's brandy. He would have gotten you brandy.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if it was on purpose or if it was just a slip of the tongue, because Preston would be
No,
like,
it's really that I
"Get him
prefer
up here, and I
personally.
want to watch him be fired in front of me."
Oh God.
Had I known this was how this was gonna go, we have a bar literally over here that is stocked, and I would have actually just grabbed something and just had it here for this, just to play along with it.
I'm just going to turn around to the whole group as they walk in to the very nice penthouse and go, "There are plenty of rooms. Pick your rooms. Get settled in, and we'll go back to work once you're done."
So you mean to tell me that hotels have hotels inside of them?
For rich people, they do. And you're in one. For free. Welcome.
Anything that looks way too expensive, I'm just gonna pick it up and nonchalantly just act like, just look at it. I don't care if anything breaks.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna try to put it in your pocket.
I sounded di-
I'm a
I was like, "What
detective,
kind of
not a
detective?"
thief.
I was about to say.
How dare you think so low of me?
So you're looking for anything expensive that just happens to be in the room?
If something looks expensive in the room, I would walk over to it and just start like,
This is
That
the
brandy
first
looks
time.
pretty expensive.
This is the first time in a role-playing game I've
Yeah,
ever
but
had
that's
somebody go,
kinda like an
"I
Elliot
want
thing."
to accidentally break something," basically. Like,
I'm not
I want to
paying
walk
for it.
over to stuff and drop it, but not really. But not on purpose, but I want to drop it.
no, I mean, if I don't drop it, I don't drop it. But I'm very, like, nonchalantly.
But you had to
looking
go
at the
out of
very
your
expensive
way to
things.
say that you were
I
okay
wanna
with
look at
dropping it.
things.
Okay. It is a hotel room. It is a nice hotel room, but I mean, it's still a hotel room. You got hotel, like, very nice hotel, like, pictures on the walls. There's a little table in there with maybe, like, a potted plant or a vase with flowers in it. That's probably, like, the most, like, hotelish room thing that you'll end up with, even in a very fancy hotel in the 1950s.
I will walk around behind the. Is there a wet bar? I'm assuming there's like a small
Yeah.
bar. I'm gonna walk around behind that where the brandy is. I'm gonna pull out a couple of shot glasses, put them on the table, and be like, "Who would like to wet the whistle?"
Yes.
Rex,
You know,
are you
after
in?
the plate, I think I'm fine.
Bonnie, would you like a drink?
Oh, you're acknowledging I'm of age finally?
I honestly had that wrong outside of character. like truly, I thought she was younger. Like, I don't know how that happened, that we played 6 sessions, and I thought she was 16, but I swear to God. Zachariah Van Slyters.
First bar.
I know, and I was like, that's weird. Like, literally, Zachariah Van Slyters thought she was 16. It's me, it's not Preston. I apologize.
It stings more because she doesn't get offered wine at Christmas.
I'm going
Just
to...
a hint of realism to it.
Preston looks at Bonnie and go, I apologize. I just had never seen you drink before. Would you like a finger?
Yes. He says
slapped
it
on
very just defiantly, like, I'm going to drink to prove a point.
Preston literally does not in any way, shape, or form notice. He just pours the drink happy that you're drinking.
You asked her if she would like a what?
Brandy! A finger! Dude, in the 50s, a finger is a measurement of alcohol, bro. Do your history.
It's still a measurement of alcohol.
It's still a measurement of alcohol.
Yeah,
It's
What
just-
is that measurement?
I've
always wondered that.
I would
Shut
never...
up!
You're playing a 1950s game. Do your research. Jesus. I pour the drinks and hand them out to, well, not Rex, but to Elliot and Bonnie. And not myself. He's not gonna, because he knows if he drinks one, he's gonna go down a rabbit hole, and he's kind of trying to make a deal with himself. Just like the first hunt, he's trying to stay sober through the hunts. Because he's very afraid he will get people killed. Secretly.
Okay.
He would never let people
we
know
don't-
that, but...
So we don't know that's your motivation?
You don't know that's my motivation for what?
To, like, stay sober?
Nobody's asked me. You guys have tried to get away
okay.
from me at every chance.
No, to be absolutely fair,
We're best friends.
what is actually kind of happening right now is a little bit sad when you think about it, because for once he kind of knows that people hate him but he doesn't care, but the one time that he cares about people's perception of him because he's trying to present stuff to his friends, nobody gives a shit.
Nobody gives a shit. It's hysterical. This is Preston. This is Preston in a nutshell.
That's pretty sad.
He's a terrible person who wishes he was a better person, but can't be a better person because he's a terrible person.
As you pour out this
I mean, feel free to talk to me about it. I don't mind in play role play, but nobody has actually asked him why he doesn't drink.
Okay. As you pour out the drinks and you set the bottle down, you look at the bottle. Go ahead and give me a endurance resolve check. You are an addict, and I'm actually this is going to be a thing. The difficulty.
I'm not
is
an
going
addict.
to
I
be-
can quit at any time.
Ah, yes.
That was a joke. Obviously. Nobody laughed. I feel like I very much failed that one.
The difficulty is going to be a 10 at this time.
And it's endurance resolve.
Yes.
Okie dokie, that's a terrible roll. You said the difficulty is a 10?
Yes.
I'm going to use a momentum to gain advantage on that. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to use a momentum to gain 1 extra d20 on that.
Okay.
Don't want to get sued. Ooh, baby! Got me a nat 20. So that's going to give me a luck token right there. That'll put me up to a 22. That will give me the momentum back that I lost.
Yep. All right.
So I am good to go.
You nail that. So you set it down. You glance at it for a second, but you know what you're here to do and why you're here, and that people depend on you. These people depend on you.
Some sweat beads on his brow, without a doubt. Licks his lips too many times.
Pulls out a handkerchief with the embroidered initials on it to bat the
PTH handkerchief.
Now Bonnie.
How does it taste? Does it taste good?
Bonnie and Craig, Elliot, you guys both down yours, right?
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Elliot's on 4 alcohols now.
I am at 4 alcohols now, yes. I
Why
feel
do
like
you-
I need to do something to
I feel like I
resolve
should put a
that.
counter
no, you
in the
do.
top of the
You're gonna have
screen.
to.
Like,
You're
alcohol's
100%.
for Elliot.
It's definitely going to have to be an endurance. Actually, I'm going to say both of you guys have to do an endurance resolve or an endurance.
Constitution. It would be
Thank
Constitution.
you. Endurance
Constitution's
Constitution
against
check.
poisons and stuff.
Yeah. Bonnie is a lightweight. She's tiny and she has barely had any alcohol at all. She is a librarian through and through.
He actually
And-
He actually like grits his teeth when she like downs it. Ooh, maybe a little fast.
Oh, you could tell.
Oh no. Go ahead.
Difficulty is 10.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I rolled a 13.
Oh,
Meanwhile, my chickens have come home to roost. I rolled a 1, with my endurance being a 2.
boom, boom! He drops sack of potatoes.
Yeah, I should have looked up the rules a little bit more on poisonings, but yeah, you are definitely at least intoxicated.
Oh, it's got to be beyond intoxicated. At this point, thinking about it, we flew basically like
Yeah.
across the country, and I was drinking the whole time. Somehow survived.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Rex and be like, "Would you care to help me get him to bed?"
Yeah, no, I got no issue.
Okay, we're gonna like one on either side, take him to a room that nobody's claimed, put him in the bed, and make sure he's on his side so he doesn't choke in his own vomit.
That's
There we
true
go.
friendship.
Hey man, Preston knows.
He's seen the
Preston's got
result too many
experience.
times.
He's been present.
So Bonnie, you downed it. You tanked that whiskey. You didn't even wince at when you drank it down. And now Elliot is collapsing over there. He's got to have Preston and Rex taking him to bed. Anything you want to say before they leave the room?
I actually start following them because I already kind of feel it from the shot. My cheeks are already pretty red, and I'm like, I have to act like this is nothing. So I start following them and like have my hand up under Elliot's head, like I'm helping.
What'd you guys do in session 2? Oh, you're gonna really like that. Got drunk and then helped one of us to a bed.
Yeah. Welcome to Ordo Scriptorium, the show where our characters get drunk while we stay sober.
Yeah. The gothic horror game about drinking.
The real
right.
war is alcoholism.
Before you guys turn in for the evening, is there anything you guys wanted to do?
Well, as usual,
Go back out.
Or did you guys want to go back out? Let's see.
I think it's already pretty late, and now Elliot's passed out. We can
was
go
gonna
back
say.
out if you want, but Preston is assuming we're done for the day, so he is again going to end up alone with his sadness as usual. So he's going to find a deck of cards, start playing solitaire, and just stay up as long as he possibly fucking can. Because of his crippling fear of being alone and addiction.
I would like to take a dramatic steamy shower. With the water just hitting the back of
Definitely
my
thought
head.
something else was coming out of your mouth.
Yes. This game's gonna get real weird.
100%.
With just like the hand on the wall with the water hitting the back of my head. And then I just, we never ate anything, so I'm gonna go to the kitchen and see if there's anything in this hotel room.
Corey, I'm giving you homework for next game session. You have to have a stoic monologue.
Write it up.
How about you, Bonnie?
She claims one of the rooms for her own and decides to reopen that book that has Preston's poem in it. Not originally with the intention of reading it. She was actually just going to read the book, and then it kind of like falls out of the book when she goes to open it. And she's like, oh yeah. And like make sure her door is shut because she has a feeling this is going to be something vulnerable. and decides to read it.
All right, I'm gonna send it to the Discord chat.
Oh God.
You'll have to open it. It's a JPG. If it's readable.
Quick question: with me going to the kitchen, would I see Preston looking depressed by himself playing?
Sorry,
soccer?
everybody. You lost everybody's faces because I had to switch to Discord. I try not to do that while this is going on, but there's no way
So
around it.
unprofessional.
Shut up, Corey. Shut your fucking mouth. I just want you to know that poem was very hard to write. Because I am not a poet in real life, but I wanted it to sound like I was. So I tried very hard. I sent it to Wiz. I was like,
Oh, did you?
thoughts?
Okay.
Yeah, you read it beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember? Before I even wrote it. I wrote it before the first session.
Yeah.
Don't worry, everybody out. I'm gonna post it. Like, I'll edit it into so that people watching can read it on the screen.
Pause at this point to read.
A little pause warning.
I mean, I
Very
could read it
depressing.
out loud. It's weird. I could read it out loud. I don't mind.
Yeah, why don't you read it out loud?
Okay. All right.
Post
This
it?
is your stoic monologue.
I posted in the general, but it's fine. I will read it out loud. Give me 1 second.
I was gonna say I hadn't seen it come through yet.
Yeah, I don't
It's
see
it's
it.
the scene when like
Everybody's gonna
they're
lose the picture
reading a letter.
again for a second. There's no way around it. I cannot control it. Hold on. Now maybe I can fix it. Okay, now you're up. Okay, got everybody's face back. All right.
Control it.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Her arms enfold me. She does not do it romantically. She does not do it to gain monetarily. She does not hug me as a joke or to get a poke. She does not hug me to steal or because I'm buying her a meal. She embraces me as a friend, someone who won't bend, who will see it through to the end. She gives me hope. It gives me rope to climb out of the dark and cope. It gives me a reason to wake, to make, to create. It allows me to face the dark, the creatures there that bark, bite, cut, and leave a mark. It allows me to face a world of hate and attempt to elevate my own dark fate. She accepts the faults in me. She hugs me. That is the poem that you read. Thanks. I wrote it like 6 times, so thank you. I appreciate that quite a bit. I will take the snaps. I will take the
At a
sarcastic
poetry
snaps.
At a poetry jam, that would like kill.
You say that, I don't think that that's true.
I'm telling you.
Do you know what that means?
Corey,
You get all the free hipster espresso you want.
how many poetry jams have you been to, sir? If you have been
Never,
to
because
less
I'm not
than
a
7,
nerd. But
if
I'm
you've been to
just
less
saying.
than 7, I do not believe you. Ah, shit.
They would kill.
You guys
I've seen a couple on Disney Channel.
Stop it.
Yeah, I kill on Disney, I guess.
Oh Lord.
You guys.
Oh, Lord.
Just screen.
You remember what
stop
this
for
is a
second.
horror podcast?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right.
So that's the poem. That's the poem that you read.
Do you do anything with this, Bonnie?
Damn it. Wiz froze too. Shit.
I froze.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're going. It's a problem with OBS. Sometimes when you down it too many times, the pictures freeze. I have to close and reopen the feeds. Basically, it's fine. I got it fixed.
All right, Bonnie. You just read this very startling poem. This emotional poem. What do you do with it?
Is this a hotel like one of those ones that have like thin walls so you can hear people in the other room pretty easily?
This is a penthouse. Come on. Now.
Yeah.
We got the good
Not
walls
so
up
much.
here. We got the good walls.
It is the good walls. It is actually a
We got the good walls.
Pretty good architecture, and it's a fancy ass hotel.
Preston, are you playing out in the like living area
Yeah,
then?
he would just be sitting in the living area. If Rex came out, he probably helped him order some food, and then once Rex went back to his room, he's just gonna make himself some tea and keep playing cards and just keep himself as distracted as he possibly can. Because this is the time that he would be alone with himself, go crazy, get a bunch of coke and hookers. But he can't do that because he's on the mission, so he's just trying to like keep his brain from eating itself.
If I ordered food, I wouldn't go back to my room. I'd eat outside like a civil person.
I mean, you do
That's
what you want.
weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Do what you want. Do what you want, steamy shower. I don't give a shit.
steamy shower.
I'm playing
Listen, my
cards.
steamy showers.
All right, Bonnie, what do you do?
So I open the door to my room and like look around to see if he's out there. And when I see him just sitting alone playing cards, I walk up to him and sit across from him.
Ah, Miss Carlton. I did not take you for a night owl.
Not usually. What are you playing?
Well, right now I'm playing solitaire. I'd be happy to throw it into a shuffle, play something with you if you prefer.
I really only know how to play Go Fish, but we can play that.
He like starts to say a commoner's game, and then he stops himself, like in his head, like he's like, no, she's your friend. You don't say that to friends. And he's about to say, and he's like, Go Fish sounds exquisite. And then he like puts the cards together and like does the whole shuffle-room-a-roo and shuffles out 7 cards to each of us, and then pulls up the cards.
And you play Go Fish.
Aww.
We're
Friendship.
So cute. Power of friendship.
Power of friendship.
Power of friendship. So the evening progresses. You guys play Go Fish for a while. Eventually, sleep has to take you over, and you end up going to bed. Probably Bonnie a little bit before Preston, as Preston is.
Like he would
Used
catch
to this.
himself asleep in the chair and then stumble into a bedroom, like before he purposely went to bed.
Yeah,
Hope
exactly.
it's not one wearing.
So, unless anybody has anything else to do, the next morning comes.
Okay.
You guys all wake up. There is
Are you dead?
yeah, you're gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up with a hangover.
I will before I go to sleep, like preemptively order that some aspirin be brought to our rooms ahead of time for Elliot. Like so that it's waiting for him when he gets up.
And of course it will be there along with any breakfast if you happen to want it. Room service is obviously going to be available in a hotel of this caliber.
All characters I have from now on are rich. I'm just saying.
He's gone too deep. We can't get him out.
This whole game is centered around Zach's living out his fantasy of winning the lottery. This is what Zach would become if he won the lottery.
No. I wouldn't be this mean. I'd buy a couple of things that like somebody would be like, why is a guy in Kent in a bi-level driving a Lamborghini? Like that would be, and like leave them to figure that shit out. I'd still be in like flannel. Yeah. Like why?
I think I'd buy a slushy machine.
Does he have a Centenario? That's like $1 billion car. Why is he living in Kent?
I've never heard of a Centenario.
Look it up. It's a beautiful car. It's
There's
one of the
like
greatest
15
cars
of
that's
them.
ever. I know. They barely exist. It's like basically. Oh, that car. I could jerk off to that car. And I'm not even a car guy.
Senna's
That
better.
car is beautiful. The what?
McLaren Senna.
McLaren is a bitch car, man. And you're a
Oh, but
bitch
it's
for
so
saying
pretty.
so. They will build a Lamborghini around my fat ass. That's what I like about Lambo, is you could call them up and be like, I'm going to buy a Lamborghini. And they'll be like, okay. You come in and they take your measurements so that you're comfortable in the Lamborghini. Fuck yes. Build the sports car around my giant fat ass. Yes. Oh.
And
they
on
say
that
it's Italian, but that's American. I'll tell you that right now. All right.
Let's go hunting for another car possessed by a demon. So you guys wake up. You have your aspirins. You guys, if you guys want, you can have your breakfast. Is there anything in this morning that you guys want to do? Talk to each other, prepare.
Preston would actually try and get up early this time. I know he was a late riser the first time they were on a mission. He would try and be up before all of them. And just like he would wait till they get up so that he can have a car prepared to take us wherever.
Okay. Do you like set a
wake-up call?
or you just-
Yeah.
Okay. All right. With a wake-up call, that's fine. You're able to do that, no problem. You order a car to take you wherever it is you want. It will be prepared when you go downstairs. You feel, as Preston Thaddeus Howlett, you are very certain of that. Your wills will be honored. So, what do you guys do now? How do you guys proceed?
I want that on a
Walk
shirt.
up.
My wills will be honored.
I'd walk out. If I see Preston, I'd be like, "Hey, are we getting breakfast?
Yes, I can have something sent up.
What's a rich person breakfast? Usually, I just have like bacon and eggs. Do you guys eat normal food like that, or is it like some seaweed and some eggs?"
No, we
from
only eat paste made from the children of dead poor people.
I knew it. All right.
No, we eat bacon, weirdo. And then I dial the phone. Boop, 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 boop. Yes, I want a breakfast. Just I have them send a breakfast up big enough for all of us.
A
Okay.
breakfast. One
one
breakfast.
breakfast.
Please.
So you're really telling me there's no like fancy rich people breakfast?
Hi, everybody. You're probably going to be wondering why my hair is longer. We are all wearing different clothes halfway through this episode. That is because I had a personal kind of emergency that made us cut off the episode halfway through and reconvene a week later. So, just so that everybody knows, if there's confusion between the players or whatever, that's why you're experiencing that. You are not the only one experiencing that. We are experiencing that. So I'm going to now toss it to a wonderful game master, Wizard Ash. Take it away, sir.
All right, guys. So if I remember correctly, you guys had just woken up the next morning. You've rested, and you are getting ready to embark on your day. You're headed out and downstairs. Does that sound about right to everybody?
Yeah, I had gotten breakfast for everybody, if I recall correctly, too.
Yeah. You're full. You're happy, and you're ready to move on. You guys were headed towards the
Dealership.
Yeah, it
El
was the
Camino
dealership,
Sombros. Sombros.
Yes.
El Camino Sombros. That's where we're
Let
you
other
guys-
people write down notes because I don't.
Oh yeah, I the most don't do notes.
Really needs
That
his
will leave it
iPad
to-
every time.
That's for reference. How else
Okay.
can I remember how to play the game?
Oh my god. Yeah, so I think I had called a car for us to go because we were all going to go to the same spot. I don't think we had a reason to split up, if I recall correctly.
That sounds correct.
Yeah, that's how I remember what just happened last week and a few moments ago in the show.
Sorry again, everybody.
No time has passed.
Being a dad can be hard sometimes.
All right, so you guys are heading downstairs. You're headed out towards the car. You're headed across this beautiful lobby of the Driscoll Hotel. When a phone ringing is answered by a clerk standing at the door or standing at the front desk. A moment later, before you're able to exit, the clerk calls out to Preston. Mr. Howlett, phone call for you.
I stop. I look to my friends and I go, the car's waiting outside. They'll show you to it. I'll be right along. And then I turn and walk over to the desk and take the phone. Oh, I turn and walk over to the desk and go, who exactly is calling?
Cynthia Howlett? That would be your mother.
Can I ask you a question? Did she sound mad?
Oh, I can't. I couldn't say, sir. She was very emphatic.
I don't like the sounds of emphatic. I pick up the phone and go, Mother!
Preston Thaddeus Howlett.
Oh, you got the government name.
What, my dear, have you done with the family jet?
Well, I flew on it. It is a family jet, after all. I am still a member of the family, though you and my siblings would love to forget that, wouldn't you?
Preston. We all care very deeply for you and are worried whenever you go off on your dalliances. But you must understand that this family jet, this errand you're running to, what was it? Los Angeles? Hollywood? If it's another one of your benders, I don't know that we can afford to necessarily come and bail you out yet again. And I do mean afford reputationally.
Yes, I know exactly what you meant, Mother. Just assume I always know exactly what you mean. And as far as it goes, I promise not to leave any hookers or cocaine on the jet.
Oh, Preston.
That would be a waste.
You hear her gasp.
Fake ass gasp.
Fake ass gasp. 100%
I got raised
fake ass
by
gasp.
that
You know
fucking
this
maid.
gasp.
Fuck this bitch. I'm like, oh, come now, Mother. Is somebody listening? Are you in a room of paparazzi or other mothers from around town? I mean, we could talk openly. When do you need the jet back by?
I happen to be with certain key members of the Howlett Board of Directors.
Ah, there it is. There's
And
the money
they're-
shot.
Are somewhat concerned about how the heir to the Howlett fortune is spending his time.
Pause.
And so is
I'm not
your
the heir. I'm not the heir. That's the whole point. He's not the heir.
Wasn't your... weren't you the... You weren't? Was it your brother?
Yeah, I'm the middle child. That's why I'm content to just... Like, no one
Alright.
gives a shit about me. That's why I am content to just spend the family's fortune. Sorry
why
to correct you on that one, but...
No, I appreciate that. This is why the GM needs to double check all of his notes.
Yeah, he's not the heir apparent. There is a business person... Like, his older brother is all business, can't wait to run it, hates his guts. His younger brother's, like, real pretty and a politician, hates his guts. Like, he just, like, everybody hates Preston in his family, and he just wants to spend money. He doesn't care. And he was going to get kicked out of the will and the fortune and disowned by his father when his father got eaten by a wolf, which is why everybody kind of thinks he did it.
Right.
Or not a wolf, but, you know, the thing.
I was gonna say I missed that part of your story.
And then it's in there. It's in there. I mean, maybe you should have put it on your iPad. Then you could remember it.
Okay.
Tough crowd. Yeah. So he's the black sheep. People would rather have him out of mind. I mean, him stealing the jet is definitely a problem, but like, people would rather. He's not the heir apparent.
Actually, this makes my job a little bit easier.
Okay.
We're very concerned about you on multiple fronts, and whatever happens in Hollywood. Hollywood is a very public place, Preston. There's lots of people with very public lives in Hollywood. There's a lot of publicity in Hollywood. Do you understand what I'm saying, Preston?
Which board member is it, Mummy? Is it Howard? Is it Steven? Which one's so concerned that I'm gonna do too much partying down here in LA?
We're all concerned, including your brother, who's chairman of the board.
Yes. I don't have a name for him either, just so you know. You can name him whatever you want.
Brutus.
Oh, nice. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. I'm like, well, you can tell Brutus that I won't do anything to embarrass him any more than I already have.
So you'll be coming home soon then, darling?
Oh, yes, Mommy. Right away. Let me just, I'm gassing up the jet as we speak.
Excellent. I'll be looking forward to your arrival. I'll have a guest room made up. She puts a little emphasis on guest room.
I will not be coming home. I will be going to my penthouse. Do you need me to come to the house? Is this that important?
Well, I would love to see you.
No, you wouldn't. Good God. How much of a show are you putting on for these people, woman?
I would love to keep an eye on you as well.
I don't need an eye on me, Cynthia.
Quick question to interject here.
Sure.
Are we all like standing by?
I
while this
told
is
all
happening?
of that. I said go get in the car. If you guys
Okay.
stood there, that's up to you guys.
I definitely went in the car then. I just wanted to make sure to see if we were around for this entire exchange.
That's up to you guys. After I said you guys go ahead and get in the car, I was out of it. So if you guys wanted to stick around, that's between you guys and Wiz.
Oh, yeah, what have you guys all decided to do? What would your characters have done in that circumstance?
I can say for a fact, I'm sure I am not feeling great the next day, so I'm just in the car.
That's right.
I'm
you got
in the
massive
car
hungover.
complaining that there's no famous actress that I've met yet.
Oh my god.
And what's Bonnie doing?
I'm definitely in the car.
Okay.
All right.
So it's just me and Cynthia. I'm like, look, Cynthia, I will be home as soon as I can get home. All right? I won't leave any hookers or blow on the plane. And as far as embarrassing you, I've already been suspected of murder. So I don't think I can do my reputation or the reputation any more harm than that. Right? I mean, really, if I woke up dead, OD'd from heroin, with my face in another man's asshole, I'm pretty sure it would be less bad than, murder. So I'm gonna hang up the phone now, Mummy, and I'll be home as soon as I can, okay? Ta-ta! And then I hang up the phone.
What the fuck?
Okay. You hang up the phone, turn around to walk towards the car?
No, I do not. I look immediately at the head concierge, who I am sure was the person who came to get me in the first place, right?
Yes, he is. Yeah. Yes, it is.
I look right at him and I go, what's your average tip like?
Well, sir, they just upped the minimum wage in 1950, so it would be something like 50 cents.
No, this is the head guy, the head concierge, the man in charge. Not talking
man
to fucking bellhop.
Okay.
What's your
The man in
tip?
charge would say, the concierge does not normally receive a tip unless certain specific and unusual requests have been made upon the concierge office.
I'm gonna pull a crisp $100 bill out of my very well embedded fold. I'm gonna place it in front of him and I'm gonna go, consider this me requesting special service of the management office, and that would be if my mother calls, I'm not here.
Of course, sir. I understand emphatically. And he slides the dollar towards him. Go ahead. That's $100 is a lot of money.
Yeah,
in
I figured I'd lose a
55,
resource piece
or
for
50.
it. But she can cut me off and take this room away, so I need to mitigate that before she decides to do that shit. So, it's all play, baby. It's all play.
Okay.
So I slide the money towards him and I go, and one other thing. Should she decide to suddenly ask you to have me vacate the premises, I have more where that came from. I would ask you come talk to me first. Our stay is not planned for more than a couple of days. Am I understood?
Absolutely, Mr. Howlett. To the T, your instructions will be followed.
Wonderful. And then I turn and I like, you can see he's got a little sweat. He like adjusts his tie a little bit. Oh, his top button. Okay, it's gonna be all right. I'm gonna figure that out. And then he just he heads to the car,
Okay.
feeling a little bit like the walls are closing in on him.
So would we, I'm a little, we got I haven't used a lot of the finance rules for our single mod. Would this be a roll, right? You'd be rolling against it for the $100?
No. I would just drop by a finance point to get it. Unless you're saying that a resources of 6 does not equal.
Oh no.
$100.
No, resources of 6 definitely equals.
Right. So,
but it would be a resource point. $100 is a lot of money for 1950.
Yeah. The way the resource system works is it's 1 to 20, 20 being dirty CEO rich, and one being poor. And basically the idea is, if it's something that's more expensive than the resources that you believe that you would have on hand, that's when you roll to try and leverage it. So like, I have a natural resource of, well, I had a resource of 6 at the time of this. So like, if I was trying to bribe for more money, you think, than I would have a 6 for, that's when I'm trying to leverage my money.
Okay.
That's when I'm trying to move beyond my means. Does
Gotcha.
that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I guess drop a resource. But yeah, you definitely would have that for one, given the scale. All right, so you get out to the car, you hop in, and the driver is waiting for instruction. Do you go ahead and give him instruction
Driver, take us to El Camino Sombras, this dealership, and then I give him the address. We did grab the address off whatever pad it was on.
Yes.
The receipt.
You did have the address. The receipt, the bill of sale did have an address on it. So the driver looks it over and quickly starts the car, just drives out. He knows exactly where he's going. There's no hesitation.
Okay.
So he takes off. You guys do anything in the meantime, or you guys pretty much just head straight there?
Preston's going to be unsettlingly quiet for the trip unless somebody talks to him. he's working things out in his head.
Do you look unsettled?
You do an awareness check.
Permission to take a performance roll on that.
Yeah. Why don't we do a performance, charisma, and an awareness perception?
He looks visibly. You don't have to roll against him. He looks very visibly unsettled, because I only rolled a 5 total with that one. My lowest roll so far.
Righty. Well, then I'd look over and be like, "Hey, you all right, bud?"
Yes, fine, of course. Great. Everything's good.
You look a little shaken. What was the call about?
The call?
Yeah.
Oh, that was nothing. An investor trying to get me to put money in. He tracks me down in certain different areas. Nothing of import. The call was fine. As far as looking unsettling, I feel there was something about the eggs that's not sitting with me correctly.
Can I roll to see if he's lying?
Yeah, it's contested. I roll.
I'm a detective.
I roll charisma manipulation. Well, unless you're burning, which I don't recommend you do.
I'm not doing that.
Because you could burn a deduction or a cold read. I don't know if you have those perks, but
I have both
sure
of those perks.
You have both of them. You could burn one of those, and I would have to tell you. If you're just trying to suss it out, then you would be using perception and awareness. I am using charisma manipulation,
I'll do that.
and it's the person who gets the highest. And I will roll a 17 total.
I rolled a 17. How do ties work?
Contested ties?
Contested.
Yeah.
Between two characters.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I would say just like leave it to whatever you want to do, Wiz.
I'd say
Probably
okay.
he's not fully convinced, but he doesn't necessarily think I'm lying. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I would say you're not convinced that he's telling you at very least the whole story. There's probably something more there, something that's bothering him, though the depth of which isn't really revealed.
All right. I'll just be like, all right, if you need to stop for a bathroom, we're not super crunched on time, so the eggs,
Yes.
we can stop.
I'm good.
All right.
Elliot immediately opens the door and pukes.
While the car is driving.
No words, no warning, just go.
Well, you're doing better than he is. So
That I am. How are you doing,
All
Mr.
right.
Craig? You did drink quite a bit last night.
He just looks directly at you with just cold, dead eyes.
I'm gonna try and this is very strange for me to do, but I'm gonna try and rally him, raise his spirits, and I'm basically gonna look him back in the
More
eyes.
liquor.
I'm gonna look him right back in the eyes, and Preston's gonna be as caring as he possibly can be with his appearance, and just be like, "I've been where you are. We will find this thing, and we will put an end to it."
What, the liquor?
No.
Because right now, that's the only fight I'm fighting right now, man.
The thing that is torturing you. We'll get it.
Yes, the ludicrous amount of liquor that I've ingested.
Can I make a roll to make him understand what the fuck I'm talking about? Is he going to be this stupid?
No, he knows exactly what you're talking about.
It doesn't sound like he does. I was very confused.
No, he knows exactly what you're talking. That's okay. So to kind of put this into, I guess, to frame this with how he has treated this hunt. It's more so one of, it's like excitement that he's going to close a chapter. He's nervous, but he knows he has it in the bag. He's not worried. He just wants it to be done with, sort of situation.
I got
so
you.
he's like simultaneously on edge but carefree about the situation.
Okay, all right.
We'll find out how that plays out for him.
I'm sure great.
All right, so you guys continue driving on. Before too much time goes by, you do arrive at the El Camino del Sombra. You drive up front. You go into East LA. It's a little bit of a rougher neighborhood, you can tell just by looking out the window at a glance. The buildings aren't as tall as downtown LA had just been. The lawns aren't manicured in the same manner that you might have seen when you went into Hollywood. And you pull up in front of what appears to be a restaurant. A wide, squat building, maybe a smaller-ish Mexican restaurant with the name El Camino del Sombras. Now, the bill of sale that you guys had picked up earlier, a few sessions ago, said that this was the last owner of the car. This was what sold this location. This restaurant owned the vehicle beforehand. It didn't say it was a car dealership though.
Does the restaurant say El Camino Sombras?
Yes.
I look at Bonnie and I go, I am not super up on my Spanish. Does El Camino Sombras mean something other than car dealership? Was I wrong about that? Like, I look at Bonnie because she's the most book learned, but I don't expect her to answer. She doesn't have linguistics.
Okay, good.
Anybody have linguistic?
I don't have linguistics.
No.
Does anybody have linguistics? Are we
No.
linguistics? Ooh, a deep weakness. Okay. Wizard's like, I will use this in future sessions. From here on out, everybody speaks Dutch. Good luck, bitches. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O!
Why'd you go away?
Why did
I
you?
don't know why I went away.
It's just your face. We can still hear you. It's very strange.
My computer's not recognizing.
Oh. I'm gonna pause the recording itself for a second. Technical difficulty sorted for the time being. So, so I still turn around and just be like, does El Camino Sombros not mean car dealership in Spanish? Anyone?
I don't know much about Spanish, but I don't think that's what that means.
Oh, man. Well, I know El means the. But
isn't a sombras like one of those things that they wear?
That's a sombrero.
That is a sombrero.
All right, Bonnie. You know
Car
what?
hat.
I never seen one of these things in person before. So
I step out of the limo and just kind of survey the location. Kind of confused that a Mexican restaurant would own a Porsche 550 Spider at any point ever to sell in the first place. It's very confusing to me. I kind of look at the receipt again, like double checking, like double taking everything. Like this is
Yeah, how long ago was the date on the bill of sale from like the current date?
It would have only been like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
So there's no way that a business could go from a car dealership to a restaurant like that in a week.
No. Preston, you're taking a look around as you're standing out there?
confused.
Go ahead and roll. I'm going to ask you to roll, because you're trying to look and trying to figure out things. I'm going to ask you to roll a, rogue perception check.
Rogue perception check. Now, just to point out, Rogue is getting a bonus from my natural since we are still in the same session of +1.
Okay, yeah.
So, Rogue. So that brings my Rogue up to a 4 total. And it's perception, you said. So I have a +7 right now. What's the difficulty?
10.
Nailed it and got a momentum out of it. Got 17 total on the dice.
All right, yeah. Definitely take a momentum. Okay, so this place is somewhat hiding it, but not super hiding it. You look around. You're normally a high-end baller. You're normally, high-end parties, but at the same time, every now and then,
baller, Preston, all the way. PTH high-end baller.
But every now and then you do hit up. You got to get some drugs. Somebody has to go get some drugs. Somebody has to go do something illegal. This place is a front. 100%.
I love that explanation. Like, you're a high-end baller, but everybody's got to get some drugs sometimes.
Everybody's got to get some drugs sometimes.
At some point, you got to get the drugs.
Can confirm.
I turn around. Have the others gotten out of the limo, I'm assuming? Has everybody gotten out of the limo?
I would assume,
yeah. Just kind of standing there.
I turn around and I go, I see. I turn back to the others and I go, this is a front. This is a fake business for criminal organizations.
How do you know?
Somebody's got to get the drugs.
Don't you have people for that, or you actually insert yourself in those situations?
Look, when you need drugs, you need drugs. Sometimes you gotta go. And no, I don't always have people for that. Sometimes the prostitutes bring it. Sometimes the women I pick up bring it. Sometimes I go get it.
Preston, I'm actually kind of, proud of you for being able to man up and go get your own illegal substances there.
That's a weird thing to be proud of me of, Rex, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
I figured you kind of like a spineless weasel and just would have other people do it. But the fact that you go and get it yourself, just...
I love the backhanded comment.
You look good.
Yeah, I like staring at him a really long time. I'm like, a spineless weasel? I don't know, weaseled my way out of anything.
That's
I'm an uphill man.
True.
You guys are all standing in front of a front for some sort of illegal activity in a rough side of town, and in front of a limo.
Yeah, the optics are not great.
How long was the car ride?
It was
Probably a couple hours. We're pre the shitty traffic, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
But we're
And
also
LA was smaller back then.
We're also pre any major highway system.
Yeah, so I would say probably like an hour.
Yeah, I'd say about an hour. That sounds about right.
So,
You guys just kind of want to go sit down and act like we're ordering food?
I was actually going to suggest something along those lines. But but I don't know. Would we all want to go, or would maybe we want to split off?
If this is the front for criminal activity, I don't think we should split up.
Well,
I'm
we're not
clearly
doing anything illegal.
extremely nervous now that Preston has pointed out
You know,
where
Bonnie,
we are.
it's called a pincer maneuver. If you've ever seen any kind of action movie, what you do is you get the bad guys in the middle, and then the good guys on the outside, and you just kind of squish them in like a
We all
bad guy
know what a
sandwich.
crab is, man. Okay? We get the word pincer describes it. You don't have to continue
Listen,
to explain it,
Do you
Rex.
know what Bonnie knows? Do they say those in her books? All right.
Pincers? Probably. She's probably read a book about a crab before.
I don't know that.
Is Rex mansplaining in 1950?
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
not even
I hear you
mansplaining.
can-
It's just crabs. He's just talking. He's explaining.
I hear you can hit their weak point for massive damage.
I kind of adjust myself, and I just walk in.
Yeah, okay.
These are my
well,
people. I buy
yeah.
drugs all the time. So fuck it.
He's gonna
I
get
was-
us killed.
I was thinking more
Preston
so.
Preston is motivation away from being a crime lord. So it's-
I would like to make myself look a little less detective copy before I walk in.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I would just take the trench coat off and leave it in the car,
Okay.
making me look more business casual.
Okay.
just
and that's
hug,
kind of
hug Elliot. Get some of that grease on you.
Actually,
And then I'd walk in.
so here's what I'm thinking.
Oh no.
Because
Elliot
this is here's what I'm thinking. This seems very this whole like the illicit side of the business seems very like, you know, stolen car / chop shoppy sort of related. It seems like me being a mechanic type, I wonder if I could easily infiltrate, but I don't know.
Can I
Like,
just
if
can
I
I just
should
say
hang-
before he answers that, when you said here's what I'm thinking, I wanted to say smash cut to you just breaking in the side of the building and screaming I'm the juggernaut bitch. Here's what I'm thinking.
That I all of my characters in tabletop gaming are not subtle, because I am as hard as this may be to believe, I am a relatively like reserved individual sometimes. So
He says as he pitches his subtlest idea.
yeah.
yeah.
All right, go
So tell me, how do you intend on trying to go about this within the context of where you're set?
That is the hard part. That is the hard part, because as near as we can tell, we only know that this is a front. We haven't seen anything to really say what's going on in the background. We basically know it's a front, and that's about it. So we don't know what necessarily they're doing on the back end. That's my problem. I'm making an educated guess, but I don't have definitive proof.
So it's going to have to be like a roll of the dice whatever you do to try and get in there.
Yeah,
I'm
because it
already
very
inside,
well.
Right? I'm not hearing any of this, right?
Right. I think this is all dialogue going on inside of his head. I'm trying to figure out what he wants to do.
Yeah,
I think it's a good idea. Preston would.
it's
be
a
more
good
apt to
idea,
help
but
him if he
at the
knew
same
about it,
time,
but-
too, I'm operating purely under the assumption that from everything that we've seen so far, this is strictly something to do with vehicles. Like, it very well I could be like walking in like, I'm the new mechanic on duty, and it's just like, that was a one-time thing. They sold a car, now they're selling other
Right,
shit,
right.
and I'm just like, they're just like, why is there a mechanic here?
That's it. Yeah.
This may be a bit of a stretch.
Ah.
Feel free to swat it down. But I would assume if there is something, if it is anything other than, like, if it's car related but not auto sales, there should be specific sounds and or smells that I can perceive.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely look for clues trying to determine whether or not like there's some sort of vehicle-related chop shop or whatnot in the back of garage.
I'd buy that for $1.
What should I?
I would say I would actually be willing to take mechanics perception because you're specifically looking like with your mechanics eye.
Yeah.
For I think you've established something related to an auto body or auto shop of some kind. So you're looking for anything. I'd say it's like you're using that mechanic skill.
So I mean, I rolled a 20, grand total of 23.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what the difficulty was on that, but
the difficulty would have been I think probably 10, maybe 15 because you haven't already established something here.
Would that net me a momentum?
You just nailed. Yeah, that's it. Either way, it's
Okay.
netting you a momentum. Yeah, you're getting momentum out of that. Again, you nailed that roll. So you're definitely going to pick up on subtle cues on certain things as you walk up the building. You don't hear anything going on as far as like shop work actually taking place. You do see around the side of this building an alleyway that's blocked by a rolling gate. You see a lot of tread marks going in and out of there. You notice like grease on the handle of this gate, where somebody's hands have constantly been to open it and close it. You've seen that on your own shop. You know, that's what your gate looks like. That's what every mechanic's gate looks like. And so yeah, there's definitely a lot of cars being brought back there, and a mechanic is the guy opening the gate and closing it. So it's very likely that vehicles are headed at the very least to the back of this area and the back of this shop. When you get inside the restaurant, since you did so well on that, I'd say that you would note just casually that the restaurant seems smaller on the inside than the building that you just walked into. So again, knowing like where shops are, how big like a shop has to be, been in 1,000 of them. Yeah, this could be a shop back there.
Okay. Now to find a way to naturally find a way back there.
I hope you say something depressing because he's like 5 seconds from just mouthing off.
Preston?
Isn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was going to say that's
his strategy is the same thing it's always been. He walks in like he owns the place. That's how he rolls, man, and it's worked for him. If you want to go a different route, you gotta temper his ass.
Yeah, I think I would. So yeah, I'll try to say something to him. I would probably say something along the lines of like, look, it's very clear that they've got something car related going on here. I just need to find an inn to get back there.
Oh, that's right. You're a mechanic. We can find an inn. I was honestly going to ask them to purchase a high-end vehicle. I am rich, and I do that, and you could be my mechanic for checking whatever vehicle over. I could play it a little bit more subtle than I usually do, though, if that's what you're asking for.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Let's definitely do that. Subtlety, yeah.
You're not going to be able to insult me while we're doing this, though, because you'll be working for me in this in this little scheme we have going.
Yeah. Yep. Just like realizing now, like what it is that he's kind of going to be subjecting himself to now.
Yuppers, if this is the way you want to go, if you want a different inn, that's fine.
No,
I'm open to suggestions.
That's the safest inn because, as we have established, if I get cornered, I'm going to say something stupid.
Well, and I want to be with you so I can use the fortunas on you if I have to.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like
that's probably that's what we'll go with.
My character is built for social situations, and scheming. So, like, yeah. I would want to be with you just so that I can aid.
I will, because it's been a couple of weeks since we started this, remind Elliot about his phylactery.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if
You
everything
have that.
tracks, I have 3 madness points total for this session already. So
Watch out for 5. Watch out for
yeah,
5.
that'll this yeah. I definitely want to hold off on that to use it anymore, because then I'm going to start putting myself in weird spots. But I'm at a comfortable spot right now that I can maybe do one more use on it and still be okay, relatively speaking. So yeah, that'll be a 911 emergency, but I always have it on me. So
Okay.
What does the interior of the restaurant look like?
Yes, as you walked into the restaurant, like I said, it was a little bit smaller than you might necessarily initially expect. There's a seating area pretty much right away when you walk in. It looks to be, it is a Mexican restaurant. There are tables everywhere. There are a few booths. The counter towards the back seems to double as a bar as well as a cafe. So there is a kitchen back there. During normal bar hours, you would be able to get beers and margaritas and that from behind the bar. Now you guys are here probably around 10 a.m.
Yeah,
I'd say.
it's not late. I don't even know if they'd be open, honestly.
They're open. They're serving. There are some patrons there, not very many. There is a young Hispanic girl coming up to you with menus in hand, and she is clearly a waitress.
I'm gonna step up to meet her.
Hello, table for
Manager.
for you.
May I speak with your manager? You've done nothing wrong. I just need to speak with your manager.
Oh, yeah, sure. One sec.
this is
She's
more reserved.
Smooth.
She goes to the back behind the kitchen, behind the bar, and then into the obvious kitchen area back there. You hear people chattering a little bit, and then she comes
While
out a
they're doing
moment
that,
later.
I turn around to Elliot and do the OK sign with my hand, like, like you did it.
Yep. Success. 100% success.
A few minutes later, the waitress comes out and says, "Oh, the manager's not in right now. But if he should be back here kind of soon. If you guys want to have a seat, I can get you something to drink."
Who were you talking to in the back there?
With some of the other staff. Yeah, I was just asking where Miguel was.
Really quickly, is there a way that I can maybe awareness notice her, empathy notice her? I want to see if the staff of the restaurant are in on it in any way, shape, or form. Because there has to be some way, you know what I mean, of doing the business. I want to see if they're card-carrying members of the criminal conspiracy, or if this is just a girl trying to make her money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would accept kind of a lot for particularly your skill set.
Okay.
Because you're looking you're looking to see.
Can I
argue
for rogue, because I've done with handlers and bagmen and stuff like that before?
That would have been my first guess, honestly, for that very reason. You're trying to actually figure out if she's part in on it.
Am I doing perception then? I'm assuming.
Yeah, perception rogue. And you've already kind of
6.
gotten a pretty good leg here, so I'm gonna say 10 is your difficulty.
Okay. Damn, on fire. 18.
Okay, take a momentum. Okay, you look her over with your rogue. You kind of look around at the surroundings, the other waitresses, the people in the back. When you look at her particularly, you notice several things. It's pretty good. You notice several things. She's not. She's obviously a waitress. She was coming at you. She was acting like a waitress with menus in hand. She's not dressed like a waitress. She's got jeans on, and she has a bandana around her neck that appears to almost look like a checkered flag. She looks a little tough. She has a lot of lipstick on. Her hair's done up in a certain way, making her look a little tougher. Yeah, this is a tough girl.
All right. I grin at her. And I know I'm talking to a lady of the business now. So I reach in. I pull out, not $100. I don't want to drop another resource point, but I mean, 20 would be a lot of money in the 50s, right? Like
100% it would be.
So I'm going to pull out a 20, and I'm going to be like, I take this money up and I go, hi. He puts it down. I'd like to reintroduce myself to you. My name is Preston Thaddeus Howlett of the Howlett Oil Conglomerate, and I have been told by a little bird that if somebody wants to maybe invest in a vehicle, a prestigious vehicle, that maybe this restaurant could send them in the correct direction, if you know what I mean. And then I kind of put my hand over towards Elliot and go, this is my personal mechanic, and I would be really excited to, I don't know, get some help in this area. Do I need to make a roll?
Prestigious. Yeah. Go ahead and roll manipulation, charisma.
I'll take it. What's the diff?
Difficulty is going to be. Actually, I think it's going to be contested. She's going to be trying to read you also.
That's fair. Oh,
She's
fuck. Fuck.
It's not what you want to hear.
I'm using a luck to reroll that. My last luck. Yeah, that was a 1. That's no good.
Yikes.
I'm not only going to use a luck, I'm going to spend one of my many momentum to give myself advantage on that. There we go. 25.
25. Okay, yeah, that's much better. But yes, you do beat her check against you, her perception, awareness check, and she looks you over. She kind of smiles, a half smile, kind of like a knowing smile, like, okay, I see what you're doing, but I'm cool with it, kind of smile.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, why don't we have a seat over there and we'll have a little chat. I can tell you maybe a little bit more about what's on the menu.
Of course. And then I kind of let her show us to our table.
Okay.
If Bonnie and Rex are okay with it.
I'm not leaving your guys' sides.
So here's one thing I am thinking of, though. I don't know if I'm overthinking it, but as it stands right now, as far as she knows, he wants to buy a car. I'm the guy looking it over. Who are you two?
His business partner. I'm wearing a tie.
Oh, no, you're wearing a tie. Your personal security.
That works. I took the trench coat off.
She hasn't asked yet, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not telling her. I'm just kind of standing there looking stern. I got the sleeves rolled up on the shirt.
Okay.
I look at like right now. I'm staring at Bonnie, like trying to figure out what the fuck she could possibly be in this equation. Like you can see, like why do we have the librarian?
The car.
I'm sorry, and this is absolutely no offense to Bonnie, but she is just not dressed like a girl who would be a girlfriend that I would buy a car for.
That's true.
No. She's pretty plain Jane.
We don't have the time to fix that right now.
For.
Oh, the sister. I could do sister.
Yeah,
are you all right with being my sister?
Whatever doesn't get me killed is fine.
Okay. So you guys all move over to a booth she takes you to. Mm-hmm. You guys sit down, forward to the booth. She pulls up a chair and sort of spins it backwards and sits in it, like a old school tough guy where her arms are leaning over the back of the cool. Yeah, she's pretty cool. I did forget to tell you guys this is a investigation site.
Okay. All right.
This entire building is an investigation site. Somebody... Okay, yeah. I just dropped a photo in the chat for you guys to see what she looks like. I think it hopefully went through.
Yes.
You got to be careful. You got to hit enter. That's what I did wrong when I did it.
Okay.
I went back in the next day, and it was just sitting
some
there
up every
attached
time.
to a blank text that I hadn't typed. I was like, enter. There's the poem. Jesus.
I've actually done that so many times to you, Zach. You don't even know how many times I've sent you something that was sent like 3 days prior without actually being sent.
I'm not seeing anything in the chat.
It's not go through. It does actually. Looks like it didn't come through on my side.
It's in the
I saw it.
general chat, yeah.
It is?
Oh, okay.
It is?
Oh,
I'm looking at it.
It's not in mine. Why is it not
She's
in
super
mine?
cool.
Well, I'll check it out later. I don't know why
It's not in
mine.
the text.
Oh, there
it
it
is in the
comes.
text
Finally
channel. There it
came
is.
through.
yeah.
Oh, there it is. Damn. She's the girlfriend Preston would buy the car for. Right there.
Like I said, she doesn't look much like a waitress. At this time, she is wearing, like I said, a scarf around her neck with a sort of a checkered flag-looking like motif.
Am I in a window seat or aisle seat? Like, am I pinned in the booth?
Okay, that's up to you guys. How do you guys line into the booths?
I'm going to let everybody else decide because it will definitely decide poor choices by me depending on how we sit here.
I would definitely be on the outside.
Yeah, I
As
think
a security person.
I would be on the outside because that's how I am in real life.
Good choice, guys. Good choice.
100%, I could see.
Preston was definitely
Bonnie.
going to go try and hit on her, without a doubt. There was no question. Like, he's probably still eye flirting with her. I'm not going to lie. Like, hello.
I'm flirting.
Eye flirting.
That is not flirting. That is eye nightmare right there.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Just the widest eyes staring over your nose.
It's a miracle I got married with that eye flirting. Okay, you guys all get into the booth. She sits down and she sort of leans in, sort of looks over your shoulder. You realize, pretty easily that you guys got a little bit of privacy over here. It's obvious, it's telegraphed. Everybody knows what's going on. And she says, I don't know about prestigious, but we do specialize in fast.
Oh. The faster the better, if you know what I mean.
Which one of you are the racer?
Buying the car for myself and my sister here. I put the hands towards Bonnie. I go, she needs to have a little bit more excitement in her life. Reads too much, this one.
This girl's gonna look over at you, Bonnie, and says, "Oh, I wanted to peg you for a speedster."
Like I said, she's not.
She's learning. Is that what you're saying?
I'm an excellent teacher. I could not resist saying that. I apologize to everybody.
Am I sitting across from Preston?
I figured
would have
you
to
would
assume
been,
so.
Yeah.
If Rex and Elliot are on the outside, then you would have to be sitting across.
Okay. I kick him under the table.
Oh! He shuts up a little bit.
Well, look, Miguel's the boss. He's probably the one that you're going to want to talk to, but I know these cars pretty well myself. I got one here, and you're not going to find anything faster this side. Mm-mm.
What is it?
It's a custom roadster.
Custom Roadster. Can we see it?
Oh. All right, did we just find the racer? Because there's a match coming up pretty soon if you want to go toe-to-toe here.
Oh, man. Resisting urge for fast and furious jokes.
Not the family.
Yeah.
It's all about family, yeah.
Just immediately shaves head, just tank top. That's it. It's done. It's over.
It's about the family.
Seriously, 60 car, bro.
Blurts out, live my life quarter mile at a time. Yeah, you know, dabble a little bit here and there. And you grew up around cars, you know, and then this one here, pointing to Preston, not necessarily as knowledgeable on the subject. So, you know, I get the fun aspect of everything, and he just gets to buy them.
I do like to drive them. I am not as well versed in the inner workings of the fine vehicles. Not a craftsman like my friend Elliot here. And then I clasp him on the shoulder, and then I look directly at her, or from what I hear, and then I let it hang so that maybe she'll give me her name.
She's gonna bite.
Yeah.
Letty. They call me Letty.
Stop it!
I don't know what this means, but
I'm
I
fast and
swear
furious.
to God,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you right now. I named this character not even realizing it. I showed my friends this game. Her name is Letty Leadfoot Garcia. That's how she introduces herself. I didn't even realize it. By the way, I absolutely love that franchise. There was something in the back of my subconscious mind. So yeah, you're sitting across the booth from Letty Leadfoot Garcia.
nice. Pleasure to meet you, Letty.
You haven't met me yet, not until you've met me on the racetrack here. And it sounds like you guys are definitely up for some fun.
I'm always up for a ride.
Well, what is it you're looking to drive?
Oh my god.
I delivered it so well, nobody even noticed it. I am so
one
proud of
person
myself.
noticed it.
I am so proud of myself. No one, even her, I watched her reaction. It was like slow, and there's like, motherfucker. Like,
I was just like, he's going for the lowest hanging fruit. Like that's what it was. It was just like, disappointment and head shake.
I'll be honest, I am brutally like thick when it comes to those kind of like just right over the head.
Unfortunately, we're from out of town, so have any else I take you up on that.
All right, well, it sounds like you're in the market at the moment. What is it you guys are looking for?
Just something overall. It doesn't necessarily have to be, the greatest running thing. It could be a work in progress. That's kind of why I'm here. Something kind of sporty, and then like slowly, subtly, like describe, not like to the point that it'd be like, hey, this guy knows exactly like what it is that we sold, but like, some sort of like a Sportster, like a convertible of some sort, probably something that'd be just really fun to drive out on the open road.
Okay, so you're trying to like project that it's basically like the Porsche.
It's like very like without raising alarm bells, because I'm sure if I get too specific about the descriptions, she'll be like, guards up, wait a second, that's literally the car that we sold like a week ago, what the hell.
All right, roll a manipulation charisma.
And this is where I don't do well.
Tested, because she's... Okay. It is contested.
Yikes. And it ain't great.
Wait. What'd you roll before any results?
Yeah. Are you asking me?
No, Neil, because I can fix him.
What?
I can fix him.
Fix you.
On the die. On the die. What you roll on the die?
Whole 3.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
That is actually really bad.
And what's
really bad?
And specifically, the role is you're trying to kind of get her to give up the ghost on the Porsche without saying it.
Yes.
All right. I am going to. All right. He kind of shuts his eyes. He thinks about it, and then he kind of sees that Elliot's gonna flub this poorly and talk poorly about it. So he really quickly just kind of grabs him on the shoulder to kind of readjust him, almost to kind of kick him out of whatever flub he's about to make, and then let him just kind of talk about the cars better. And I'm gonna drop my 16. So his actual roll is a 16, whatever that gives him.
Yikes. Well, it's only a +1, so that's going to put me at a 17.
Hey, man, it's the best I can do.
Yeah.
That beat her 4. So she beat you by 1 initially, but then with this boost, she came in and saved you pretty quick and really nailed it. So
thank God.
Because you actually beat her awareness check so effectively, she picks up exactly what you're saying. It sort of slides in. Realization is very clearly dawning on her face. It's telegraphed to you guys, and at the same time, I'm gonna go ahead and say. Somebody give me a empathy perception check.
Oh, you guys don't want this to be me.
No, definitely
I
not
can
me.
do it.
Yay!
I was gonna
Only
say
one with him.
Bonnie feels
Yeah.
emotions. Bonnie feels emotions.
I have empathy. Let's see if I can roll though.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be a 10.
10. Okay.
So it's empathy plus
14.
Empathy plus perception. And 14?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You definitely beat it. Not only is she aware of this vehicle that that Elliot is obvious, like to you, clearly trying to like insinuate. She's terrified. Her eyes go wide. Her face sort of drains of blood a little bit. She gets real still. You can pick up on her emotions immediately. Like there is not just recognition, but a lot of fear going through her at this moment.
Is she a clue? Is she one of the first question clues?
Is a clue.
There it is.
And now that we got it in there, you've kind of gotten enough out of her to reveal the fact that she is a clue. You guys have really worked her over. She knows about, obviously, it's obvious she knows about the vehicle you guys are looking for.
What's our rolls?
She's scared.
What's our
Your
rolls
roll?
to tap her? That came out poorly, given the situation.
That did.
Yeah.
That really did. It depends on what you mean by that.
For Preston.
What is our
Okay.
roles? What is our roles to respectfully gain information from her?
It's going to be empathy, manipulation, and there's going to be mythos in there.
Okay.
Empathy, it's going to be particularly on mythos. There's going to be a mythos awareness.
Well, we get one roll, right? She's just one clue. We have to pick.
Yes, she is one clue.
All right. So I have, if we're doing manipulation with charisma, I'm assuming.
Yes, yeah.
I have a +6 on that.
Oh, that's probably our best option then.
Yeah, that's my best score out there. But I don't know what his mythos is with his intelligence or whatever.
We said it'd be with perception, and even if it was intelligence, it would still be lower than a 6.
Okay. Alrighty. He's gonna try and cajole her. He's like, it looks as though you've had some sort of bad experience with a car, like Elliot mentioned. Would it be possibly a Porsche 450 Spider? Did something happen? And I'm just gonna start manipulating her for it, basically, just right there and there. Just try and start working her over for the information. I know everything sounds sexual now because I hit on her, but I don't mean it that way. I don't know how to form these sentences, and it's all I can hear now. But
double entendre.
Yeah, it's all I can hear. Every way to say this is a double entendre at this point. All right. So what's the difficulty? Oh wait, no,
this-
I forgot. It's a clue thing.
Yeah.
I gotta get that up.
It's a clue check.
Clue check. I gotta find it. Of course, you don't work there. Why would you work there? All right. Oh God, I hate Microsoft. Okay. Do you have the investigation rules up, Wiz?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
So depending on how well you roll, you'll get more information. If you roll 11 through a 15, not only will you get more information, but you'll also be able to ask a single yes or no question. If you roll 16 through 20, or therefore higher, you'll be able to ask 2 yes or no questions.
Okay. 22.
All right. So, like I said, you'll be able to ask 2 or yes or no questions after I've given you a good download of information, because that's very well. You're able to talk to her, kind of get a lot of information out of her. She's obviously scared through your very manipulative and charismatic nature. You're not only able to sort of comfort her, relax her, kind of ease her into something that she knows, and ease her into revealing that. So, you see, she reveals that she's seen a car exactly like that, a Porsche Spider. In fact, somebody she knew used to have it. Boyfriends, she wasn't really sure what they were, but they were kind of romantically involved, and she thought things were getting kind of serious with him. He blew into town out of the blue one day, and disappeared almost as quickly as he came in. Strangely enough, though, he left the car. He left the car right out front. It was really confusing to her, as she thought that they were kind of getting someplace, and she had a feeling that he was coming to meet her, to maybe take her to a special dinner, maybe to, say that he wanted to move things in a more serious direction, maybe settle down a little bit. She knew a little bit about this guy. He kind of was a bad boy, which was her type. And he was a hell on wheels racer. He was fast. He was unstoppable. He never lost since the entire time he was racing there. And it didn't make any sense that he just left the car. He just, one day he was gone and the car was there, and that was it. As you kind of talked to her a little bit more about this guy, his name was Vinny. One thing that always stood out to her was that he won the first race he won. He was given the checkered flag, which is pretty typical for a racer. If you win, you get the checkered flag. He didn't want it, and he gave it to her, and she's now wearing it around her neck. Additionally, he told her, that it was lucky and it would always keep her safe. She's never taken it off since, and somehow she just kind of feels better around her neck.
This thing's a ward. Like fuck.
Maybe.
And she always felt that he had like this desire to just be free, to get out, to get loose. But for her, she thought maybe he would put that behind him and maybe change directions a little bit. Then he's gone. But she still can't figure out why he left the car there. That beautiful, beautiful car.
Does she tell us why they sold the car so cheaply?
She knows something happened in the back, and a lot of guys freaked out after that. There's been a bunch of mechanics that used to kind of work a little bit in the shop. They don't come around anymore, and she doesn't know exactly why. She's not really allowed back there. She's more in the front. She's a street racer. She gets other people to know about picking up hot rods, chopped up hot rods. And this is kind of what you glean from there, like lots of like innuendo. She doesn't say it directly because she knows better. Mm-hmm. But she does lay down that something went on back there. Miguel who's the owner of the chop shop, pretty damn pissed about it, and he needed to get rid of that car fast. He hated that thing.
Okay. All right. So I have 2 questions now. Is this all the information she has?
Yes.
All right, so I got 2 questions. The first question I want to ask is the prey destitute? Like the destitute type of prey?
No.
Damn. I thought for sure it was like finding like racers that were poor and promising them, fame.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay. Not destitute. Anybody have any ideas for my second question? What you guys would want me to ask?
And don't forget, you guys have that investigation sheet for the
Yeah.
I'm keeping
stalkers.
track. I've
been using it like crazy.
Uh-huh. I love it. Just a point of reference, there needs to be boxes next to the charisma under perks and skills, but I love
There's
that.
several things
yeah.
I need to fix.
It's
But-
great. It's been such a help already. And I wrote the game, and it's been helpful. Does anybody else have any ideas? Like, I could look for another weakness, but, like, I'm not exactly sure. Like, I think it would be a shot in the dark. I mean, I know Neil got
Yeah.
incredibly lucky with his shot in the dark, which has given us the information that we have now, but...
Well, it's some sort of...
It's a demonic transactional...
It's a demonic... weak
hunter.
to iconography, extreme speed. That's
Right.
what we have so far.
And it's transactional. Transactional is a big part because that means it makes deals with people to hunt them. Like, it's like the devil. Like, it's like, I'll give you this for your soul, or I'll give you this for this, or whatever. Like, it's transactional. It's like Rumpelstiltskin or the devil, like that kind of thing. Like, that's what transactional means with hunting style. Which means it has its own power, too. Transactional specifically has, like, its own, like, little ability.
I wonder if it would be a good idea to look at like hunting grounds, because we know kind of like what-ish it does, but we don't know the when or where.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
agree.
the win, I'd almost think nocturnal, because street racing.
I mean, that's true. Have we ever seen it happen during the day? Do we remember if the first killing happened during the day or the night?
You do. It did actually happen during the day.
Okay.
All right, so that we don't have to
Throw that
answer
up.
that. Yeah, we don't have to ask that. I mean, that would have been a good question. I couldn't remember if the first one happened or not.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions for what was just said, or want me to elaborate on anything, Preston really blew that out of the water. I can give you, I can maybe be more clear with my description if I wasn't clear on anything.
I think it did
Hunting
good,
ground.
honestly.
Wild card just means they hunt anywhere.
Yeah, anything that says like they all have like everything has a wild card, and that just means it's not tied down to one thing, basically.
I would almost think that's where it hunts, is just anywhere.
Anywhere it wants to. Well, I mean, the roads, but that's not really one of the sections. So I think anywhere other than the astral plane, I think just about anywhere.
What is pure under prey?
So that means that it hunts things that are pure, like
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
never sinned virgins,
Okay.
stuff like that.
That's how vampires always want to drink virgins.
I don't know if that's
And how
We've
unicorns...
clearly
always
never
drink their people.
seen True Blood.
No, I've not seen True Blood.
It's
I'll
actually
never
not
watch-
bad. It's
never watch
actually
True Blood.
not bad.
Okay.
I have
This
to
cannot
say.
become the True Blood podcast. We
Yeah.
we are towards the end of our time. I'm pretty sure we've got to get this question to wrap this up. So we've got to figure out a question to ask it. I could go for straight skills. I could go for straight
What about-
perks. I could go for a random weakness shot.
I was gonna say. I mean,
We have
a weakness,
though.
the weak to iconography, but I mean that's it. That's a weakness.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
that
we don't
gives
know
us
if it's
one
minor.
arrow.
We don't know if it's minor or major. We don't know how it affects them either. Like having a cross around, great, but we don't know what it's going to do for us in the bounds of actually fighting this thing.
What? I mean, what about rules
What do you mean? What about rules?
and weakness?
Oh, That would be interesting because
it's transactional. It's weak to iconography. That makes it seem like there's some sort of
rules,
restriction.
Like a contract.
Yeah.
Well, a contract that's already covered by the transactional.
Right.
The rules, specifically the rules weakness, would be like Rumpelstiltskin saying his name backwards, or like you answer a riddle for a bridge troll, and that's how you get rid of them. Like rules are like they are governed by some weird fucking rule that doesn't make any sense comparatively to every other weakness. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I can ask about that, but I could only ask if there's special rules to it, and if there is, we would have to kind of dive in
figure out what that rule are. Is. Yeah, because that's only a piece of the puzzle,
right?
I think somebody has deduction also.
I do.
He does have deduction.
Yeah, somebody.
Man, I don't know, cause like,
yeah, everything that we've kind of gotten so far, it's like there's one piece of this that we have missed so far, that is like screaming in our face of, oh yeah. This.
That's how this game is, though. It's just kind of one of those things. I want to see if I can't narrow down some more perks, because it's definitely going to have more than just extreme speed. I think.
I would assume natural armor.
Yeah, should we waste it on natural armor though? Like, since we're just assuming he's got it because he's a car?
Yeah.
No. I want to ask something. No, that wouldn't make sense. I want to ask if he's got a scion, but like, does he have a scion? Would he have a scion? Would that weakness him?
Only if he's a Toyota.
No, that's not. A scion is like there's a person that hurting or killing that person hurts or kills the creature. Like it's like inadvertently connected to that.
Did we already ask about a ritual or incantation?
We have not asked about a ritual or incantation. Only iconography, because we knew that was the one. Do you want to try ritual or incantation? I'm down.
I think that would help us.
All right, wizard. Does this stalker have the weakness ritual, or does this stalker have a weakness to a ritual or incantation? Do we suspect that it's us?
No.
Okay.
Double checking, but no. No, it does not.
I wonder if it has souls bound to it.
Oh.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
Well, there's still 2 more clues somewhere in here that we gotta find.
Could I just deduction it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes or no question.
Is there souls bound to the car?
Yes.
Okay.
What's that one under?
That is
ability.
A resource.
Oh.
I mean, that was kind of a givey, though.
Yeah, well.
I mean, it's good to use it. I'm not insulting you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that if it's transactional, it probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna. I'll help you get this if you tell me your soul.
Right. All right. I mean, and the other thing is, we have 2 more investigation sites on this premises. I'm sorry, 2 more clues on this premises to find, and I'm going to assume one of them is wherever this thing was stored and this incident happened that the manager didn't want him to be. So I think our next goal needs to get to there.
Yeah, get into the back somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I kept wanting to leave to go to the bathroom and then sneak around.
I could give Rex an opening for that.
So, well, are we going to be
I think
wrapping things up here pretty soon?
Since we're already 10 minutes late on wrapping it up, I think we should probably wrap it up for this session and then keep these all in mind for next time.
Yeah. I think that tracks. And then, so at the top of next session, we'll get back. You guys are sitting here. If Rex wants to sneak around, we can work that in. If you guys want to talk to Letty anymore, you can. Keep in mind, that was the clue. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the only information that she has to give you. That's what the information about the stalker specifically that you can do a clue check for. But there might be some other information that will help progress the plot. There might not be. I just want to throw that out there for next game. Just keep it in mind. Before we check out tonight, should we go around and do our plugs?
Plug-a-roos, sir. Plug-a-roos.
Okay. In the order of what I see before me, I'm gonna go with Kayla. Do you have anything?
No, I'm boring.
Okay. Well, that was anticlimactic.
I'm gonna get her in some more stuff.
She's not boring. She's not boring.
I'm gonna get her in some more stuff. Don't worry, everybody out there. There'll be more Kayla coming. I promise.
Neil, what do you got?
I, with Zach, do the Horrible Gaming podcast weekly, or at least mostly weekly, depending on how time permits.
What?
Well, I mean, this past 2 weeks, it's not going to matter. It will have already been done by the time people hear this anyways.
Holy
We're going to get too hung up on this.
I've never seen somebody botch a plug so bad. I've never seen anybody botch a plug so bad. This is a train wreck.
It is a treat.
You're explaining the joke before you even said the punchline. Jesus.
Corey, would you like to save Neil?
Yeah, I would like to shout out the Academy and for everyone that voted for me.
Excellent.
Oh, this is the most bizarre. Okay,
That's a weird one.
Zach,
For sure.
what do you got tonight?
Same things I always do. Check out everything Old Man Gaming has to offer. We do both tabletop RPGs as well as video games. We have quite a bit of both, and if you like either one, you're probably going to like something on the channel. I will say most likely by this point, it will have already started. I am doing a new show called Let's Start With Their Name. It is an interview show specifically designed for the Wizard's Respite, where I interview a TTRPG player about a character that they love, that they thought was interesting, for about 20 to 30 minutes. So yeah, Neil has already done one of those. Everybody on this is going to do one as well. So get ready. It'll be fun for everyone involved. Other than that, you can get all of our wonderful merch over at Wizard's site, which he's about to tell you now.
Yes, wizardsrespite.com is a site where all of these things will be streaming. Hopefully you're watching it there. We also have all of the merch here for Old Man Gaming. I also have a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and TTRPG themed stuff. Wearing one of them right now.
That's wonderful.
The Dungeon Master
It's the
since
one I
the days
buy
of
next.
yore.
Yeah, it's the next one I'm going to buy off his channel.
Of course, there's also Single Mod and Ordo Scriptorium. You can check them out at itch.io. I also have them at thewizardsrespite.com. Fantastic games. Core rule system, Single Mod is what we're playing. Ordo Scriptorium is the expansion. That is this world that we are in. That is our authors. And that is my plug for tonight. For everybody listening.
We got an expansion coming too.
That's right.
6 more authors, minor stalkers, all sorts of stuff.
Lots of this game is growing. We talk about it all the time. We have so many ideas, but yeah, we got this expansion coming. For me that I think is it. So I guess thank you very much, all of my players. This was a lot of fun. Very much look forward to next game, and have a great night, everybody.